Today we're going to be creating our very own ghost with a collage effect using scrap paper. We're going to start off by reading the book, The Little Ghost Who Looked Like a Quilt, so we could talk about the different variances and how our ghosts are all going to look a little bit different, as well as the different designs and patterns that we will pick out for the background, our negative space of our ghosts. So today we're going to be using our marker wash. We're going to be using scissors, a glue stick, and scrap paper. Let's get started. All right, so today we're going to be making a really cool ghost. And we just read the story about the ghost who's a quilt and that it's okay to be different and all those different things about, that relates to art and it relates to us. So what you're going to do today is you're going to get one of our 9x12 white papers, and then you get to choose a collage paper, like a scrapbook paper of your choice. I have them already cut for you, so that way we'll be able to use it for our background and make it really stand out for ourselves. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to use a black marker, and we're going to wet the marker with like a marker wash technique today, and then just glue it all together. So the first thing that we're going to do to make our ghost is I want us to be able to draw it, okay? So what I'm going to have us do is we don't want a small, tiny one. If you want to do 2 of them, you may, but I want to make sure that they're within a imaginary horizon line because we need to remove the negative space for back here. So watch what I do first and see if you want to add a second one on your own or you want to just stick with the first one. So I'm just going to kind of create my own rainbow effect. Doesn't have to be a perfect straight line. Ghosts don't tend to have it that way, right? After that, you get to connect the bottom. You can connect it in any way you want, wavy, sharp, up to you. Excellent. Now, because I did this, what I do want to do is go back and really thicken it. So I know with a marker wash that we've done in the past, if it's really thin, it doesn't wake up the marker very well. And we do want this to stand out and be our focal point, which means what we want our eye to see the most on the page. So to get that thick part, remember you want to use the side of your marker, not the tip. The tip helps you get a nice point. The side gives it that nice thick edge that we're looking for. Great. The next thing that I want us to do is to add in some of the lines for our cloth, for the ghost itself. So think about the creases at the bottom here. I realized I've got some of these points, and wherever you have the higher point, just kind of add in like a wavy line. They don't need to be equal. And then we're going to add in just a couple creases. You could have your creases be anywhere. You could have a few of them. It's up to you. Excellent. And now you're going to make the eyes. So make your eyes whatever way you want. If you don't like those, don't worry. You can always go back and kind of like point it, make them a little extra sad looking. It's up to you. Now we want to show our ghost is kind of above the ground. So not directly under it, maybe, give yourself a good inch. Okay, so this would be like measuring, so an inch. And down here, I'm going to turn my paper this way, and I'm just going to kind of add in a couple lines. You can make a zigzag, like we've done in the past, or you can just do a couple underneath here like such. Once you're done, you're going to take your marker and you're going to put it away. And the next step is to take out our water. Now remember, you're not really looking to do a lot. We just want to add a little bit to wake it up, just to give it a little bit of a look. So I'm gonna make sure my brush is nice and clean. Always wipe it, okay? And now using that water, I'm just gonna wake up a little bit of my ghost. I don't want to wake up all of it. I don't need a gray ghost, just enough to kind of give it that cool look. Remember, if you really want to, you can rinse your brush and you can kind of just spread it a little bit. It makes it less dark. And I just wanted to have it in some areas. Okay. Lastly, I'm going to do down below because I really want that to be my nice shadow of my ghost, you know, floating on the ground. At this point, what I want you to do is, while this is drying a little bit, I want you to go pick out your background, and then we will take out a pair of scissors and I'll show us how to cut our ghost out. Now that this is pretty much dry, if you find that it's not as dry, you can always take, or you put too much down, always take a piece of, paper and you can just dab it, and that'll help get some of those other areas and clean it up. Now, to cut out our ghost, we do not want to cut at the bottom of our ghost. I want us to cut, not near the middle of it, but just a little bit below the middle. And we're going to start, because that's going to be our horizon line. Because think about this. You want this to be able to, you put your ghost on it. So how about we measure it this way? And looking at it, I want it to be a little bit above more. So I'm going to grab a pencil. And here's the paper that's been cut. And I'm going to say, I need it to glue onto something. So I'm going to go above it, like such. I put my ghost up a little bit higher, which is good. So I guess it's more near the middle. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut in the middle, like such. And then I'm going to go up around my ghost and cut out to the best of my ability around it. Okay, so my scissors were obviously a little dirty. That's fine. It is what it is. And what I'm going to do is using that background, so you can see right now, I got this cool ghost, looks like it's popping up. And then I'm going to take my background and I'm going to glue just the bottom part so that my ghost is nice and on my background like that. So I'm just going to do along the bottom part here. Take my ghost and sneak it on like such. Do that part, and then I'll do it right behind my ghost, like such. Making sure my fingers are clean because I don't want to mess it up. And voila, there is our ghost. Make sure you put your name on it, and then we're going to photograph these later.